we are back for the final portion of our show tonight, and let's hope we don't screw up too bad. So, Travis, 45 minutes, take it away.
All right, well, it's hard to screw up at this point. You guys have been given a magical sword by a famous but far past her prime dragon hunter. She's laid it out on the table. Hey, like, this is what I've seen going on. You've combined it with your information to get maybe a more complete picture of things. It's up to all of you what you want to do. I think Mizuti's kind of like looking sort of at between Caben and Durian and Nina, like, well, what are we going to do?
We have a contact in Rinseer's stand, the gnome of ill repute.
The one you were telling us about.
Well,
with the green hair and the mean smile and the slippery, well...
If there's ever a second in command or someone high enough up to know where the head of the Black Fang is, whoever that may be, it's him, and it's there.
Yeah, she nods.
I was going to say, it's hopefully without replacement bodyguards from our last encounter.
Yeah, I think she laughs and looks around and says, I think we are all with you. And I think at that point, Thea walks behind you, Fawn, and says, are we with him, Rook? Is this what we're going to do here?
Yeah, this is what I'm going to do, at least. I would like to have you by my side, yes, but you are your own person, and if for some reason you don't want to assist us, then I can't stop you.
I think she nods and says, that asshole Tegan, he's been sending diplomats to the dwarves. Not just any dwarves, the dwarves.
So you're going to be helping then, correct?
She kind of like looks at you and sees like the fire in your eyes, and she nods and says, yeah, Rook, I think you could use someone to watch your back. Someone more skilled than these chumps. Oh, hey, Durian, good to see you again.
I do
I like
a
the
small
sword.
chuckle out of that, but I get very, like, I laugh, but then I get very stern again, and I said, yes, that would be wonderful.
Yeah, and I think she looks over at the sword you have in your hands, Durian. She's like, so, it's a nice sword. I could always use an upgrade.
good, you can have my old one.
Personally,
Yeah,
I think
she
that
laughs and like waves it off.
for her history, frankly, the best person to hold the sword is Nina, but I don't think she'll let her scythe go.
I just shrug. Like, ever since we found out about that rapier, she doesn't have a second weapon. She's only got the rod.
Do we have another one of those potions, Fawn?
We do. One
yeah,
more.
I think so. Yeah.
One,
One more, yeah.
I have in my character sheets one more.
Yep.
Just saying, we could use the rapier and the new sword, and then just take the potion after the fact.
Yeah, let's not
That
use
seems
the
kind of
rapier.
wasteful.
Let's.
It's a
Oh,
good
come
sword.
on, Rook. You looked kind of cute with the masculine features.
Stop it.
It's a good sword.
No.
You know what?
Oh,
You know
come
what?
on. You remember that guy in our battalion? I'm sure he'd love to see you like that. She like gives you a wink.
I look over at
Stop.
I look over at Mizuti and I say, "You're coming with us, right? You don't have to stay with Lady Lasanta."
Oh, I think the idea is that we are all going with you. And she
Good.
like looks, and Violet's like, "Yep, we're coming too." Kendra's like, "Well, you're gonna need someone to actually beat that thing."
Yeah, what?
Yes,
I'm
most
just,
definitely.
Hey, you're a big
I'm
help
just
last
going
time.
to. I'm gonna look at Theo. Theo. I'm just like, so, if you like the rapier so much, why don't you become Theo?
It actually works out. I didn't even think about that. Too.
She laughs and says, I always preferred to use my bow anyway. Fawn was always the up in front stabby stab riding up on her horse. I just let my arrows do the talking."
Good point, and I just, like, sort of motion Durian to give her the goddamn sword.
Yeah, I go up to Fawn and I say, Fawn, you do a lot of damage with this sword, but you haven't seen Mizuti fight.
Durian. I put out my hand.
I nod, and I say, it's yours to refuse. I'm just saying.
Hey,
And then
Durian.
I hand it to Fawn, and I nod at Mizuti.
Is there
And-
like that? Is there like that tense Han Solo Kylo Ren moment where you're just not letting go?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not in the slightest. It was more like it's yours to refuse, but know that in a way Mizuti is the best
Stop
of us.
making it sound like I should refuse it and just give me the sword.
Hey, Mizuti,
I-
do you have any
I
more of
hand
those?
Making me look like an asshole.
We need to make plans for Rinsier's stand, or rather, we need to go to Rinsier's stand and plan on the way.
Okay.
So,
I think it would be best if we stayed maybe a bit behind you. We are not exactly an inconspicuous group.
That was what the plans that I had in mind. So yes, I think you all get more valuable, with the exception of Thea, who I think can help us out with her own information. You get more valuable once we know something concrete, but Thea, I think you should be with us.
Well, I could always sit side saddle alongside the Rook. That fat horse of yours is still strong enough to carry two, isn't it?
My horse is not fat.
You feed her a lot of apples.
She is perfect for battle, okay?
I
don't
mean,
you mock my
she's got a
horse.
point.
No,
Nina,
She's
shut
got a
up.
point.
she'd
No.
be great going through the water. She'd just float.
Somewhere outside,
She
Don't
like
you
jabs
make
you on
fun
the
of
shoulder.
my horse.
inadvertently,
Or you're gonna
nothing
walk.
to do with anything. Firefoot just farts outside. Like, it's just,
There's
it's like
just a
apples.
plop of horse shit hitting.
yeah, apropos of nothing. Okay, so we I guess I ask. We don't have to do it in character, but I ask Lady Lasantha if she has any other information we should know about before we head out.
Yeah, she shrugs and says, "I've shared everything I know with, well, the last few people in this world I trust.
Where can we find you after all this is over?
Well, hopefully it's not leading an invasion of Ariadnish. Don't worry, I'll do what I can to delay any lawful order I get."
Do you think that the invasion would be best hampered? Now, all things go well, obviously, but that how should we treat the defeat of our quarry? Parade it through the streets, show the people,
Well,
or
don't just
head,
leave it sitting there.
or head
Yes.
back to CN directly. Is what I'm asking.
Try and find me at the front if you can. I will corroborate any evidence you bring, but at
Got
this
it.
point, it's just my word, and that is not a politically strong thing at the moment.
So a dragon's head almost isn't even enough. We need more. We need evidence of who this dragon is.
Everything you can find, any information you can gather.
Keep it in mind, everybody. All right. Lady
Well-
Santa, I bow deeply and
Yeah, she stands up and says, "Before you go, I have one last thing I can offer. This armor, it won't help you against the dragon you're fighting, no more than any other armor could. But this," and she pulls out a small pouch from her side and pulls out a bracelet and holds it out to I guess to you, Durian. You've been kind of the leader of the group, and you see like a silver bracelet with kind of sickly green veins running through it. She says, "This is a bracelet of acid resistance. I dare say you may find it useful."
Mm.
I have equipped the four ladies here with a few potions that will help them, but I don't know what your party has been able to prepare.
We've been on the road for weeks trying to track down Rumor.
Well,
You have
She nods and says, "This was the best I could get in a pinch."
Yeah, I just look over at Nina and I hand it to her.
I just tap my arm and I'm like, I'm pretty.
Yeah,
scared.
And Nina, you would know because you've had Llewellyn look at your armor. You would know that those things wouldn't work together. Like you already have protection, and they don't overlap. Basically, you'll get the better of the two.
I look at Fawn and I look at Caben and I say,
Durian,
Take
it might
everyone
actually be
else
better.
wants
Actually, I think Durian, it might be better if you keep it. Like
No.
with Mizudi, you're the only ones with medical knowledge. To
Hey.
your
I got medical knowledge.
protection is, I mean,
I just can't cast spells.
medical knowledge.
Magical knowledge.
As I do, like,
Yeah, you keep
Logical.
it, and you know,
I-
if we decide to change hands, then we can do that later.
I stand up and I for a moment I look at everybody and say, I know what my role is, and I think our best chance for survival is to hand it over to the people who can win. And I hand it to and I say, or I just look at Caben or Fawn and I say, Caben, it's yours or Fawn's.
I think you should keep it, Durian.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Oh.
you should keep it. If you don't want to keep it, then I'll
I
keep
think
it.
I think you should keep it.
But,
I
mean, Caben's generally far away from the
am
battle.
very
and-
evasive, you might say.
Yeah, Caben is like never around, never close.
Well, I put it on for now, Travis.
Just
Okay,
put it on the
Okay.
outside of your armor, so when you go down, we can just like take it off and wear it when you're down.
Thanks, buddy. Got it.
Hey,
This is a really
you
good
wanted to give
idea.
it to us,
Really
so-
strategic. Yeah, and I slip a acid
Yeah,
resistance on my arm.
Yeah,
lo
you slip
lo
it
and
on.
behold, we actually run into the magma dragon. Fuck everything. Fuck my hair. Fuck my
yeah.
life.
I was gonna say we're just gonna run to a Mist Dragon where it's gonna deal water damage to us, and acid resistance isn't gonna mean anything.
Anyway, so we head out to Rinseer's stand, Travis,
Awesome, cool.
with I believe just Thea, and the rest. The second party a couple days behind us, maybe just like camping outside, the
Yeah,
city.
yeah. So you know when you're supposed to meet up with this person. Do you want to say, hey, 2 days after the meet, come? Is that the
Yeah.
plan?
Yeah,
That-
yeah.
that would-
Maybe not even 2 days, like a day.
One
a day
day?
later. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Come the next day and
Right, everybody?
see the aftermath.
We can whitewash discussion, but
Yeah,
do we
yeah,
agree with that
works.
plan? Is that fine?
Yeah, I mean, we don't need to be like once we're done with the informant. There's no real need for us to be separated. So
Yeah, a day. Day later.
Awesome.
That way, if something goes wrong, they know pretty quickly that something's going wrong. So
Sounds good.
Cool. Sweet. So you guys head out and head to Rinseer's stand. Cool. So what's the plan when you get there? You've got Thea in tow, and she's having the usual banter with Fawn along the way. But at some point she like speaks up on the road and says, So Durian, what's the plan here? I don't get what I'm supposed to do.
what do you know of any Black Fang networks in Rinseer's stand? They have a lot of people watch the roads, so they have infiltrators amongst the guards who could see us coming. We don't want to tip off our contact.
Well, they have people all around. As far as sentries go, it kind of depends on what they're doing. We found them to be pretty low key when they're not, running an operation, if you will. I've got to
about-
imagine
what
they'll
about
have someone
post?
watching the city.
Yeah, I would think so too, which suggests to me that that we need to ride in disguised as much as possible. Cloaks,
Well-
perhaps.
hey, Durian. I do have a slight idea. I just don't know how well it will go per se.
What do you think?
Well, we sort of been using it as of late, but in the middle of the night, could we infiltrate the city by air without being spotted?
I don't know about without being spotted. I think it is not a bad idea. It could, if someone does spot it on the good side. But Rinseer Stand, if I remember from our last visit, is pretty backwater. So we could try and fly us in on the quiet, and therefore be in the city before any watchers would see us.
Well, the alternative thing would be we would have to leave Swiftwind with the other group as well.
Yeah.
Because Pegasus is just too high
Yeah,
profile.
I mean, Swiftwind's gonna be super obvious.
I think
Yeah.
it's not a bad idea, regardless of how we ask of Swiftwind services, that Swiftwind, after performing those services, retreats with the other group anyway. We can't have him in the city with us. That's too telling. I can disguise myself effectively, but I can't do much else for everybody.
I mean,
Well,
I'll just put my cloak up and I'll just literally just huddle in my cloak.
I mean, do
Like,
we all
I'll
need
look
to
super
go
sus,
into
but
the city?
my face will be hidden.
Do we all need to go into the city? Is the meeting point? I thought it was like just south of the city.
They're meeting at a tavern, and then the day before they
Is it a
meet
tavern?
outside or something, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
So,
mean, from
I can
from what
do the-
you heard,
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Travis.
I was just gonna say, yeah, from what Alonzo told you, he was told to be at the Horse's Head Inn in 13 days' time from when you killed him, and yeah, like he would receive further instructions there. Essentially, he was
missed the
going
Horse's
there
Head.
as far as he knew to pick up more jackal wares.
Gotcha. I missed the inn part, I guess, in my notes.
And did he give a name for the gnome? I don't remember.
He described him. The gnome never told him a name.
Okay.
Troll.
I think that we need to. I think that we need to get me to that meeting, but I need you guys on hand because I don't think that the gnome is going to give much
Well,
other than a next assignment.
how long can you keep us concealed?
It's a good question. I say I can keep you all concealed as much as you can keep yourselves concealed.
Like,
Yeah.
as I give you like a wink when I say concealed. As
I look at Nia and I say, I can help myself. I can't help everybody else.
No, I was talking about making us vanish.
I can't make you all invisible much.
Doesn't last that long.
Doesn't have that many spell slots, probably, right?
That's exactly right.
Well, we
How
can
long-
perhaps what we could do is we can have Dorian disguise as Alonzo, and then we can be perhaps somewhere nearby, and we can send, say, like Mizuti and the others with him because they wouldn't recognize the rest of this group. They would this gnome would recognize us though.
It would not be a bad idea, but we don't know what information they have on other people, right?
No, but I,
think-
feel
I
like
think-
it would be better luck to send out of character the NPCs with you, and then
No,
we just be nearby.
And or in character, I think that it doesn't sound like that Alonzo went with other people typically to go.
No. I'm just saying as direct protection in case something goes south. They would be there and unrecognized versus us being there and potentially recognized by this gnome.
Well, sadly,
I-
the wood elf would be counterproductive at the moment.
I shake my head and I
Yes,
say, I go into this alone, sadly, and I have to rely on you guys or anybody else's backup, but it's easier to see you guys into the position and to know that you're there for backup if you can get there quietly. The more people we get involved, the more there's unknowns and who might be recognized where and when, but it's
Was just
it's risky, but this is what it is. And I can handle myself. So if you're a building or two over,
Well, I mean, it's at this time I wish we had Hexia here.
Well, she's off hopping around in her house somewhere in the Spellscarred Plains, so.
Yeah. You know, you should have really asked for a lesson about how to brew those potions.
Yeah, maybe next time.
What do you want to
Just saying.
brew?
Man.
Drugged up mushrooms?
That was so
Maybe
weird,
next-
No,
guys.
no, I'm talking about the concealment thing.
I could like see plants.
Generally, you can see plants, anyways. Yes. Do you
I
need,
could-
Yeah, but he
Understand
could
them.
I could
see
see
them.
them.
I could taste the sound of plants.
Okay.
Yep,
that
that
don't
tastes
actually
of
have
orange.
any, so.
Yep. So
So-
we So I think
purple.
I propose we can do that here. I propose we disguise ourselves with cloaks. We just try and go into the city maybe an hour apart of one another, and I name the tavern where we were once here. I forget the name of it. Was it one of the rabid dogs in
No, it was,
Rinsier Steam?
Oh,
Were you
yeah,
meeting?
that's a good question. It's been a while.
Where did we stay in Rinsier Stand when we set out into the spell?
Oh, where did we stay?
I think it was about
Um,
the isn't it?
In Rinsier Stand, so that's where you met a member of the clergy. Miriam was the Stavra 4 in the capital, right? That you guys
Yeah.
were dealing with.
Yeah.
So that I think it was Rassifor Gloria,
Yeah,
who
Gloria.
actually recommended. It was probably the Horsehead Inn. Like Rinsier Stand is small; it's just a go-between for Oryx Hold, which is a big border fortress basically, and Hoxie, which is a massive fishing village and kind of a port. So Rinsier Stand is sort of a crossroads city.
And is the Horsehead Inn the only one?
There are probably a few more.
And
but that's
where are we supposed to
likely-
meet?
Yeah, I mean that's probably where you've stayed before, and that's where you're supposed to meet.
Okay, so I just say that we entered the city half an hour apart from one another, and hopefully keep our heads down and don't be noticed too much. Hide large scythes, and then
What are we doing with Swiftwind?
He'll have to meet up with the other group.
yeah,
Can leave him with Firefoot somewhere outside of the town or something, or with
Yeah.
the other group.
I mean,
You do understand that I'm not a horse, don't you? I
That's
don't
what
want to
Yes,
babysit
but-
your ruddy nag.
Like we can
You're
bring
not.
we can bring 5 foot in without conspicuous. We bring a Pegasus anywhere near, word's gonna spread.
I,
Tell
Why
I,
don't you
tell-
ride
I
your
turned to
own
Swiftwind.
damned
Fine,
horse
you can stay
into
by
the
yourself
city, and
then.
I'll just
I'm going-
fly around.
tell
Don't
Swiftwind
fly near
that
the
the
city,
fact
then.
that he's so extraordinary is the reason we have to make these plans.
I can understand common. Please tell him that. And
Well, I can't
you
hear
no,
you.
you just hear angry neighing, Durian, and
Yeah.
Vaughn, you're kind of the translator here.
Now.
I take off the speak with animals ring and I give it to Cabe and I say, perhaps you want to say a few words to your horse before we.
Hey, he's not a horse.
Your Pegasi. I'm sorry, your Pegasi.
Tell
He's
her I
a
understood
noble
that.
lineage of the something Pegasus bloodline.
Well, Cabe,
Yeah, I
between
briefly
you
gave
and
it to-
me, I
to-
wouldn't
to Cabe.
entirely say that. We
Right.
don't have the concept of nobility that you do.
So I have the
In
ring
fact,
on. I'm
don't
hearing
know.
this. I just give him a wink
Yeah,
and
yeah. You're here.
give him a little nod.
Oh, yes, noble lineage. Yes, tell her that.
Okay. So I guess we need to be a little inconspicuous here. So would you like to stay outside and fly us somewhere close by, but not super close, or do you want to go back a day and meet up with our other group?
I very well understand common, you know. You can simply explain the plan. I do.
I know. I want to hear what you have to say, though, Swiftwind. We value your opinion.
Oh, now you're just buttering me up. And you
I'm
know what?
not!
It works. It works. It works, Caben. It's fine. I'm just letting you know that you can give me. Well, I don't want to say commands and instructions. I'm not yours to command. I am your
Yeah.
ally.
Of course.
But
not.
if you wish to communicate, Phrases in common I can respond to with nods and shakes of my head. Strange way of communication you bipeds use, but it's suitable. and he like he ends his haughty like streak and says, "Seriously though, we're fighting a dragon.
Well,
I appreciate that you consult me now after you've made the choice. I can fly back to your friends, the small one with the strange colored hair and the woman in the dark armor.
mhm.
I rather like the one in red robes. She seems rather odd."
She's a good one.
Yes. I can,
if you stick with her, she'll know. She'll understand immediately. Like you can understand common. The other two, I'm not so sure.
Yes, she seems a shade smarter than the lot. Very well, I can fly back there if that is what you require of
Well,
me.
I want you to be safe, and I want us to kill this dragon. So
Very well, much appreciated. Try not to bruise your legs walking. I know you're not used to it anymore. And he leans over to let you like grab the stuff off of the saddlebags that you have.
yeah, sure. I emptied all the goods.
Keep yourself safe, and do grab that ring a little more often. No offense to her, but Fawn is not the most stimulating conversation. Don't tell her I said that.
Ouch.
Pegasi rude as fuck.
I mean,
So,
he's a
yeah,
Pegasi. He's basically
you grab
running
your
noble.
whatever gear you want off of the saddlebags,
Mhm.
and he takes wing, swirling up above you and then gliding back the way you came.
Sick.
Alright.
Hedwig is so happy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, does Hedwig even exist anymore?
but
Let's be honest.
you get to stay with the real party, Hedwig.
Well, it's about time.
She literally molts in front of your eyes.
She self-immolates.
Oh my god, I'm dying.
I mean, at this point, you know, Hedwig could probably just get hit by acid and let's just make it permanent.
Okay, so we my suggestion is that we go in partially, every 30 minutes basically. One another enters the city. I'll enter in disguise, and the rest of you can follow me and meet at the inn, the Horsehead Inn, or at least be posted nearby so that I can call for help. But we need a signal of some sort.
I make owl noises. Woo!
I think Hedwig like hoots back at you.
Maybe one or multiple of you, after the signal being I enter the inn, if we're all posted nearby, that you enter like 10 minutes after me and just are there. That's the best I can come up with.
I think Thea nods and says, "Well, do you want? I mean, like, they're all really recognizable." And she points to like Fawn's, whip
Chain
armor.
Whip
yeah,
chain,
your chain whip armor, and Nina's like, her drow armor, massive scythe and neck
I mean,
scar, and
I
then
thought we
like,
got cloaks and
Hey-
stuff.
do you
I mean, I do have a
intend
cloak.
do you intend to leave the scythe at home?
It's a telescoping site,
I-
right?
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I just leave the scythe under my cloak?
You have not redesigned it as crescent rose. It's a big two-handed weapon that's like very obvious. There's not
Okay.
a good way to hide it without like having a scythe in a
Oh,
sack.
actually, Travis,
So-
can I do something else then? Can I make it look
Absolutely.
different, well concealed? Perhaps give it the impression that it might be, say, an axe by like stuffing out the thing.
You're
Rather
still
than
gonna
a
walk
scythe.
around with like a 7-foot tall axe as opposed to a scythe. It's not
I mean,
like
where
they
where
might
am I
not
gonna
say
leave-
Nina, but they might not say friend.
Can Durian just make it invisible and take it in with him?
Oh, actually, no, that's a good point. Can I just go into town and visit?
No, I can't do that. I can't do that for any meaningful amount of time.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Even for a few minutes?
I can do it for a few minutes, but that's I'm not gonna.
Say, long enough to get into a room.
Yes, but
Possibly. So, Durian, give me a intelligence check. Or an arcana check, better yet. Because you've been to this inn before. 9. Yeah, you think at best you would have to, like, cast it on her, get halfway there, cast it on her again. It's probably gonna take, like, 2 spells worth.
yeah,
Just, you can do it, but that's the resource you're using.
yeah.
Oh, actually, hold on a second, Durian. When you do your weird thing, like the stuff you carry changes as well, doesn't it?
Yes,
Well,
when I
it's
cast
concealed.
Nina, we've known each other long enough. When I cast a spell and I change my form, yes, things that I'm carrying change as well.
Well, why don't you just carry it in?
Because I'm not gonna burden myself with. Because I want you to have it. Because you need it.
This
I
is
don't-
what
know,
happens when you pick
I
a
mean-
7-foot tall slate
No, no,
as your
Durian,
weapon.
No, Durian. Carry it in, hide it in your room so I can get access to it.
Fine. I will
Inside the
carry
city.
the scythe in. So I grab the scythe and I strap it awkwardly.
You like
on my back.
shove it between your backpack and your back. It's
And my
this massive,
crossbow
awkward
and
thing,
my
yeah.
and it bumps my rapier. I'm just saying, it's fine. I take it in and I say, I'm gonna be in room 3. All right, I think. But there we go.
Nice. Yeah.
But-
So,
But the plan is that Thea, you're with me.
great, awesome. Smell you later, Rook.
And
And yeah, she
fine.
walks ahead with you.
follow me after 30 minutes, 20 minutes, some amount of time. But
Got it.
make your way somewhere that you can either enter the inn discreetly or stay outside the inn. Better yet, just be nearby. Okay, our meeting time is this evening at whatever time.
Caven,
Gotcha.
you still have the sword, by the way.
I have it.
What sword?
No, the other sword.
Which
What sword?
What sword?
The sword from Lorcrathian.
Yes, I have the cold iron sword.
Cool, just in case of emergency.
Sure.
Wanted to know.
In case of emergency, stab in face. Nice.
Well, just
So-
access to a weapon,
Yep.
basically.
So I cast when we're just out of sight range of the city walls or the city boundary or whatever, Travis. I cast Alter Self.
Alter self or disguise self? I don't remember what you have.
It's Alter Self.
Alter self. Okay, cool. So you cast alter self. Does that allow you to change equipment?
Yes.
Awesome, cool. Because I saw disguise self. I thought did. So
Disguise Self is not a spell that I have. That is a skill that I have. Or disguise is a skill.
Disguise. Yeah, it's they're different things. Anyway, yes, you cast the thing.
I look like a different half elf of one that I've seen and spent some time with. I
Yeah,
approximate them, and my weapons melt into my skin, basically. I'm clothed as he was when we saw him.
sure. Yeah, you go from Durian, who's got his like flowery armor and his his fucking cadre of weapons at this point, and yeah, the like wavy red hair to kind of a greasy black hair, very pale, thinner than you were. And then yeah, kind of some stubble on the face. And yeah, you head into town with Thea. And yeah, head to the Horse's Head Inn. I think at some point Thea says, you looked a lot better before you cast that spell. You seeing anyone?
I look over and I say, I know I did, and no, I'm not. And I give her a wink.
She grins a bit and nods and says, good to know. In the meantime, watch your ass, because I don't know what exactly we're doing here.
Yeah, I look over and I say, Could be disguised, but gnome, green hair, wizard, dangerous. We need to get him.
Oh, wizard! Great that you tell me this now. Excellent. Well, in that case, should I stab him in the face quickly or slowly? Do we want to keep him alive? What's the plan?
We need to hamstring him. He needs to be alive. We have questions and a lot of face beating to do. And plus, if I didn't tell you this until now, then you wouldn't have had the chance to, get with this sometime in the future.
I think she looks sideways and says, "Yeah, that possibility is getting more and more remote at the moment. So I can hamstring."
I just laugh.
Yeah.
I'm just
She,
this is too good.
She taps her sword and says, "I can hamstring him, but wizards.
Yeah,
Should I go for fingers maybe?" Did he mean hamstring literally or figuratively?
both.
Okay.
You know what? Removing the hands is not a bad idea, but don't do anything until it's clear that I can't do shit, or until I act first.
Well, I've seen you fight. Actually, I haven't, but the Rook says you can't do shit anyway, so.
The Rook didn't say shit about me.
You're
You know
right,
she-
she didn't. That was my personal assessment. Alright, horse's head in, right up there.
I say, I look back at her as we're walking, and I'm like, I could, you're watching my ass. I could make it a bit more, firm, so you can have something to look at while we're going on this mission.
Yeah, you want to look like that guy, not like what you think I might like.
Just saying, I could do whatever you need, baby.
Yeah, she smacks you in the back of the head and opens the door for you.
Yeah.
After
I
you,
laugh.
ma'am.
I chuckle and then get serious and
Yeah, you
assume
totally
a
had that
posture
coming.
that I think this guy would take, basically.
Cool. Yeah, you enter the horse's head inn. It is the same as you've seen it before. You guys have stayed here. It's fairly light. There are quite a few windows in the place. They don't really have a lot of glass panes. It's actually just open shutters. But it's fairly nice out. The light streams in. The place is quite plain and simple. It's clean, but all of the chairs and tables seem pretty well worn. The fireplace has been clean scooped of ash, but there's the telltale marks that it's been used over many, many years. And the common room is fairly empty at the moment. You guys saw the usual crowd outside of beggars and refugees. But you can simply flash a little coin and say, yes, we can actually pay for a room. So yeah, the barman greets you warmly and says, how can I help you, sir, miss? Can I get you a room? We're fairly wide open at the moment.
I'm just meeting someone. Perhaps a room afterwards.
Of course. Can I get you some drinks? Maybe a good meal and a firm chair to rest your weary bones.
Just a glass of wine. What do you want?
Thea looks and says, Elven wine. One of your nicer brands. He's paying.
Yeah, I get wine and I'm not drinking.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you pay and he sets out a bottle of wine and gives you a couple of glasses. Nice vintage. We got it from Sienne fairly recently, though. It's getting harder to get elven wine. Have you heard anything? Any news from the border?
I shrug and say, I hear some things, but
Okay. Well, let me know if you hear anything interesting. I would appreciate it. And that room's always open if you need it. He waves you off. Dia grabs you by the elbow and leads you to a table. She says, "So am I sitting next to you? It would be a little awkward if I wasn't."
yeah. I gesture.
This is a ghost town.
It's hopping compared to when we were here last. Refugee
Really? And she
situation.
like looks at the, few people in the corner and one or two at the bar, like, huh. Must have been pretty empty then. Popular place. Well, here's to me. And she like clinks your glass and takes a swig.
Yeah, I take it and I mime swigging and
Yeah.
I put it down and I say, keep a lookout.
She nods. And yeah, how long do you guys wait? Because you're gonna have to refresh your spell after some time.
Yeah, I've got a cloak on, but I think well, I mean my spell lasts what, like 90 minutes? Is that right?
It's level times 10 minutes. So what are you guys now? 10? 11? 10. So you've got 100 minutes even, so an hour 40. Not bad. Yeah, I think you're there for a while, and you don't know exactly what time Alonzo was supposed to meet. So, Jimmy, how about you roll me a D2? Higher is better.
And what's better? Ah.
1. Yeah, so you feel the spell's effects are going to start fading, and no one's come in yet, to like talk to you. One or two people have come in and like sat at the bar, but they haven't. It's obvious they're like locals coming in for lunch.
Yeah, my demeanor has been intentionally nervous and looking around, like I'm supposed to meet somebody, staying to myself. But I gruffly get up and I say to Thea, like, wait here, and go to the bartender and say, I need the can. We're gonna use the bathroom.
Oh,
an
of
outhouse?
course. There's a latrine out back, sir.
Yeah. Okay. And I go back out there and cast a spell there.
Cool.
to
Yeah.
re-up the spell.
Yeah. Cool. You re-up the spell. Take an amount of time that is normal for using the latrine, and yeah, head back in. And you sit back down, and after probably 10 or 15 more minutes, a little kid comes in, and he kind of like looks around, looking at the various patrons, and spots you, and runs over with a note, and he says, "This is for you."
I look awkwardly. I'm like, thanks, kid. Grab it.
Yeah.
And
You
read
grab it, and he like dashes out quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
What-
and
what's
and
the note?
sure. The note is written in Dwarven. Do you read Dwarven?
I do.
He does.
Awesome. Yeah. Like Alonzo said, he was fluent in Common Elven and Dwarven, and you see the Dwarven script written out here, and it says, southeast of town, half mile, bring a torch, come alone. And yeah, that's what you've got.
Yeah, and I say,
Dang.
to give a time, like now, is that the implication?
That's what it said. So how do you interpret?
I say to Thea, I'm supposed to meet him outside of town, half a mile, so the southeast. Is that what you said? The southeast.
Yep.
I need you to. I need to light a torch, and to go alone. Round up the others and see if you can track me. I'm going.
She nods and says, I'm better with a bow than she is, but the rook can track anyone, so we won't lose you. Especially
Yes,
not
I-
with that flower-smelling armor beneath her disguise. And she, like, gets up, drains her glass, and sets it down.
I say, I'm leaving in 5 minutes. Find them and follow me.
She looks and says, 5 minutes? Torch and daylight? I figured it meant night, but...
Oh, no. I look up and I say, dusk then, but it'll be there soon. So
She
It'll be
nods
here
and
soon.
says, "Do you mind burning that? I hate that fucking Dwarvish script. Worse yet that I can read the shit."
I'll take care of it. Get out of here.
Yeah. She nods and says, "Thanks for the drinks."
Yeah, and I sit and hang out for a bit. What time of day is it?
It's like late afternoon, so it's probably starting to approach dusk after a while.
So yeah, Travis, after a couple minutes after she leaves, I get up, take a token sip of the drink, but leave the rest and walk out. I'm gonna go on my way out of town, acquire, because I don't want to have to go back. I didn't bring torches for this excursion.
You probably have that shit in your backpack.
I mean, I do keep it with the horse, but
Yeah.
regardless, I either have a torch or I go like buy a torch or something like that. But,
Sure, no problem.
Yeah, and I'm heading out of town to go to the meetup.
Awesome. Yeah, you start heading out of town. You've still got Nina's scythe on your back.
Yeah. Oh shit! That's
But
right.
yeah,
But that's okay.
You sent Thea ahead with word at least. And yeah, you grab a torch, saddle up your horse. You guys all have horses, if I remember correctly. So yeah, you saddle up your horse and head out of town. Do you go around outside of town to meet up with the group, or are you like assuming that they're going to track and follow you?
I am assuming that they're going to be able to track and follow me.
Sure. Yeah, and you're not invisible or anything, so Caben, I think you and the rest of the group are observing the outside of the town. It's not like a massive place. Like I said, it's kind of a
30 seconds.
crossroads town. So you see like Durian come out on the horse, his horse in disguise. But yeah, he like heads around town and starts heading southeast. I assume you guys follow up with him?
Yeah.
Thea's like
absolutely.
joined you at this point and explained the plan, such as it is.
Yeah.
I have
mean,
every intention of tracking him.
Yeah, if Thea comes out and does the plan, we're like, okay, we'll track him, like, I don't know, give him some time and then start tracking behind him.
Yeah, she nods and
Yeah.
says, "Well, that's what he said. It's up to you, Rook. You're the best tracker I know."
Caben,
Well,
sword please.
Oh, he still has your thing? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
obviously he's
I
probably
hand
gonna
over
have my
Nina
thing.
the cold iron sword.
Yeah, it looks like the plan to drop the scythe off is probably not gonna work. So
Yeah, sure. So I'm just gonna keep it on my character sheet, so just you have it and I'll get it back.
Yep.
Yep.
Or whatever.
Yep. Cool. Yeah, so you guys head into the woods. And I know it's a bit short, but I think that might be a good spot to end for tonight.
okay.
And that's right where we're supposed to end, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
couple
we
minutes after
usually
12.
go. It's been so fucking long. When do we usually end? I don't know.
Midnight.
Normally
Usually end right
it's
now,
four-
because
This time.
yeah, it's been a while,
Awesome.
so-
Yeah.
So perfect time to end. Yeah. So guys, I'm so glad we got back into this. I am looking forward to the next few sessions, and yeah,
Are we good for next week?
Yeah.
I absolutely am.
Probably not gonna be able to tell you until the later end of the week or
Okay.
start
Okay.
of the week, but I
Okay.
should be good.
Okay. Well, tell us as soon as you can. But sounds like it's definitely possible. Twitch, thank you so much for tuning in with us and watching us roll some dice and role play. Some good role play in this session. If you like the show, please give the channel a follow. We had some new people in the chat and on Twitter chiming in on different stuff. That was pretty fun. Shout outs to you guys.
Absolutely.
If you like what you saw, like I said, give the channel a follow. But we also have a YouTube channel, so you can catch up on 3 years worth of this campaign, I guess. I'll try to upload this as soon as possible if you tune in for the last bit or so. But yeah, we try to have fun and tell some good stories. So thanks for watching. And with that, I think we're gonna send off for tonight. Good night, Twitch.
Bye-bye.